I'm about to show you 5 hidden signs that prove she brought another man into your home while you were away. And I guarantee you've already missed at least 3 of them walking through your own front door. Make sure you read until the end because sign number 4 is happening in your bedroom right now. And most men don't realize it until it's been going on for months. One of these 5 signs is definitely already happening in your relationship. Before I walk you through these 5 signs, make sure to subscribe to this channel so you'll know exactly what to look for when your gut tells you something's wrong. Hit that like button and let me know in the comments. What city are you watching from? Now, let's dive into the signs. The first sign starts the moment you walk through your own front door, and it's hiding in plain sight. As a woman, I know exactly what we do to hide physical evidence. By the time you notice something feels off, the evidence has already been managed. Hidden sign number 1, the fresh shower trail and unusual cleanliness. The first sign is always an obsessive cleaning routine that happens right before you return home. She tells you she just felt like deep cleaning, but this isn't her normal routine. This is damage control happening in real time. Here's what actually happens. She takes an immediate shower upon your return. Fresh sheets get changed despite just being changed. Candles or air fresheners are suddenly burning. Towels appear in the hamper that weren't there this morning. But it goes deeper. She's washing specific items that wouldn't normally need washing. Your pillowcases get changed. The throw blanket from the couch mysteriously needs to be washed. She's targeting items that hold scent and personal traces. She knows scent doesn't lie, which is exactly why the cleaning happens immediately. She's not just washing away evidence, she's washing away guilt. I remember one case where every time her boyfriend worked late shifts, she'd have the apartment spotless and be fresh out of the shower within 30 minutes of his text. The pattern was so consistent, he started timing it. Pay attention to cleaning patterns that don't match her normal routine. If she's suddenly deep cleaning on days when you're away longer than expected, that's not domestic motivation. That's evidence management. But here's what's even more disturbing. Keep reading. Hidden sign number 2. Her phone behavior becomes obsessively protective. The second sign is her relationship with her phone completely changes after you've been away. She used to leave it casually around the house, but now it's glued to her hand or face down on the nightstand. When you ask about it, she gets defensive about privacy that never mattered before. The basic changes are obvious. Phone stays face down constantly. Immediate deletion of message notifications. Bathroom trips with her phone that used to be quick now take 5 minutes. Sudden password changes appear overnight. But here's what most people miss. She's not just hiding current messages. She's managing her entire digital footprint. Photo albums get reorganized. Her recently called list gets cleared. Even her music streaming history gets managed because it might show songs that played during private moments with someone else. Her phone contains evidence of timeline coordination, location sharing, and intimate communication that would expose everything, so it becomes her most protected possession. I once analyzed a situation where she started taking her phone to the bathroom every single time, even for 30-second trips. Turns out she was using those moments to quickly delete evidence and respond to messages coordinating future meetings. Watch for changes in phone behavior that coincide with your schedule. If her digital privacy suddenly becomes sacred when it never was before, she's protecting something specific from your discovery. This next one will shock you. Hidden sign number 3, physical items are moved or missing. The third sign is things in your own space aren't quite where you left them or have disappeared entirely. She explains that she was cleaning or rearranging, but you know your own space. That cologne you barely use was moved. Your favorite shirt is suddenly in the hamper. Items that hold your scent are strategically displaced. Your personal items get moved from their usual spots. Couch cushions are flipped or rearranged. Your clothes end up in the laundry, even though they weren't dirty. Toiletries get moved or used when you weren't home. But it's not random displacement. There's a calculated pattern. Items that another man might interact with get moved. Your razor gets cleaned thoroughly. Your deodorant shows usage. She's not just hiding her evidence. She's removing traces of your presence that might make another man uncomfortable in your space. I remember one case where his gaming chair was always adjusted differently after his long work days. She claimed she used it for online shopping, but the height and back angle were set for someone much taller. Turns out another man was using his setup while he worked 12-hour shifts. The adjustment patterns revealed everything. Pay attention to your territorial markers, items that are specifically yours and positioned exactly how you left them. If your personal space shows signs of another man's presence, trust what you're seeing. Don't skip this one. Hidden sign number 4. Her energy and attitude are completely different. The fourth sign is her entire energy toward you changes after she's been alone at your place. She might seem extra affectionate or completely distant, but either way, it's not her normal baseline. She's either overcompensating for guilt or withdrawing because she's emotionally invested elsewhere. The behavioral changes are dramatic. Overly attentive behavior that feels performative, sudden emotional distance or coldness, guilt-induced gift-giving or special treatment, unusual interest in your schedule and whereabouts. But here's what's really happening psychologically. She's managing 2 different emotional relationships now. When she's with you after being with him, she has to switch personas completely. The emotional residue from the other relationship affects how she interacts with you, even when she's trying to hide it. Her emotional state can't help but reflect the complexity of managing multiple intimate relationships. The energy required to compartmentalize creates noticeable behavioral changes. I once analyzed a pattern where she became incredibly generous and attentive every Tuesday and Thursday evening, buying his favorite dinner, initiating intimacy, asking about his day extensively. These were the exact days she was meeting someone else during his work hours. The overcompensation was so consistent, it created its own suspicious pattern. Pay attention to energy shifts that correspond with your schedule. If her attitude toward you changes, predictably, after you've been away, her emotional investment might be getting divided elsewhere. Sign number 5 exposes everything. Hidden sign number 5. Your neighbors or building staff act differently. The 5th sign comes from people who observe your space when you're not there, and their behavior reveals everything. Your neighbor who usually makes small talk seems awkward. The doorman acts weird. The building maintenance guy gives you strange looks. They've seen something that contradicts what she's told you about being alone. Neighbors start making uncomfortable eye contact or avoiding you entirely. Building staff act awkward around you. Delivery drivers seem confused about who lives there. Parking attendants mention unfamiliar cars in your designated spot. But it goes deeper than just awkward interactions. These people have witnessed patterns that don't match your relationship story. They've seen the same car in your spot multiple times. They've watched someone else use your key or access code. They've observed behavior that looked like a couple living together when you're supposed to be the only man in her life. Witnesses carry the burden of seeing deception they're not supposed to acknowledge. Their discomfort around you reflects their knowledge of what's really happening in your space. I remember one case where his elderly neighbor kept making comments about all the activity when he was at work. She'd mention how busy his girlfriend seemed, always having friends over. The neighbor wasn't trying to cause trouble. She genuinely thought he knew about all the daytime visitors to his own apartment. Pay attention to how people who observe your space interact with you. If their behavior suggests they know something you don't about activity at your place, there's probably something worth investigating. When you're seeing these signs together, you're not dealing with coincidences. Each sign represents evidence of another man's presence in your space and her attempts to hide it. The question isn't whether she's capable of bringing another man into your home. It's whether you're ready to stop ignoring the evidence that she already has. If these signs opened your eyes, subscribe to this channel for daily videos about protecting yourself from deception. Hit that like button and share your experience in the comments. Have you noticed any of these signs? Your story could help another man.